Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today I have a very exciting video. So I want to start a new video series on this channel called the Ultimate Ship Face-Off. So to give a little bit of context for this video series, CIG, the developers of Star Citizen, they have this contest in the community called the Ship Showdown, where they essentially pitch ships up against each other, and allow the community to vote for them. So how they start off by choosing these ships in their bracket is essentially by allowing the community to post about these ships, and the most popular ships that the community is talking about on social media gets added to this list and added to a bracket. Now, there are a few problems with this competition, in my opinion. A lot of the times, the ships on this list, they're not really good competitors for each other. And the second thing is that it is kind of a popularity contest because it happens a lot on social media. This contest, the Ship Showdown, is not really designed for choosing what ship is best in a given role. So that's what this video series will be about. So what we'll essentially do is pitch ships up against each other that are in the same role. And what will happen is that you guys, the viewers, you'll vote on what ships you want to see win from that video. So you'll vote down in the comments down below. I want to know what you guys think. Okay, you guys are always talking in the comments, giving me your advice, and I love to see it. You guys have a lot of experience and a lot of knowledge about the ships in this game, so I want to hear from you guys. What ships do you want to win in each bracket? Okay, so that's kind of what this series is about. We'll put two ships up against each other for a specific given role, and then that ship will move on to the next bracket, and you guys will choose the winner essentially. Now, I'm the one that's pitting the ships up against each other. So what I'm going to try to do in these matchups is match up ships that I think would be good comparisons. Okay, so to kick things off, let's start off by going over this bracket and see what we're looking at. Okay, so for the first bracket, the first ship bracket, I wanted to try and take a look at the medium combat ships. So this is the medium combat ship bracket, and essentially what we're going to do each video is go through a matchup, then you guys are going to comment down below on the winner, and then in the next video we'll announce the winner and we'll go through the next matchup. Pretty simple, should be fun. I'm excited. I'm really excited to read about what you guys think about this video series. Okay, so let's go over the matchups. First matchup, today's video, Hornet Mark 2 versus the Hornet Mark 1. This is a pretty straightforward matchup. I think it makes a lot of sense. The Mark 2 just came out. The Mark 1 has gone up a little bit in price. If you already own it, I think it's a pretty good deal, to be perfectly honest with you. They have similar loadouts. The Mark II, of course, has those 2 size 4 hard points on the wings versus the 2 size 3 on the Mark 1s. The Mark II also has an extra size 1 power plant. The Mark II, it also has a working storage box. But neither of these ships are gold standard. The Mark 1 right now is currently bugged. People say the Mark II handles weird in atmosphere. I don't see it, but we're going to talk about all of that in this video. Now, the next matchup, Saber versus the Super Hornet. I think this is a pretty good matchup. The Super Hornet's main benefit is that you can put another person in that gunner seat and you can fire at 2 targets at the same time. Is that more valuable than having multiple ships? I don't know. I think the Super Hornet is in kind of a weird place right now because the Mark II is so strong and so competitive. The Super Hornet still has those size 3 hard points on the wings. I think there is room for a Mark II Super Hornet, but I think CIG is keeping that in their pocket for now. Again, The Mark 1 body style has a bunch of different variants that we won't be covering in this video because it just kind of goes into a bunch of different archetypes that I really don't see being that relevant in the medium ship bracket, like stealth and tracking and other things that are good, but you know, they don't really they're not as comparable in this lineup. But the Super Hornet is kind of like a base level ship. I think it makes a ton of sense to be in this bracket on this list, going up against the Saber. The Saber for a long time has been a lot of people's favorite medium combat ship. I don't want to say it's ever been meta, but it has been very popular over the years by the player base because it's been so versatile. It has good maneuverability, good shields, good weaponry, but it's not that configurable. You have 4 size 3 hard points, and that's kind of it. It is not as versatile with your ability to do different loadouts as the Hornet series. So that's kind of its downside, in my opinion. It's also a fairly large ship. I think, you know, it's a lot of fun as a ship. I don't have a ton of experience with it though. So you guys are going to have to tell me in the comments down below what you think of it. The next matchup is the Santok Yai versus the Scythe. I also think this is a pretty good matchup. 2 alien ships. The Santok Yai just came out. It's a very popular ship. When it did come out, it was very popular. I mean, of course, the Xian Tech, very good flight characteristics, very maneuverable. Its main downside, in my opinion, is its cross section. A lot of people say it's a large moving target, but it is a quick moving target. So again, those trade-offs there. The Scythe is kind of a mean ship. It is very aggressive. I don't really have any experience to speak of with this ship. So you guys are gonna have to let me know what you think of this one. The next matchup is the Defender versus the Glaive. Another alien matchup. You know, we have 2 human matchups and 2 alien matchups. I think that's pretty funny. The Defender is technically categorized as a light fighter. I don't think that makes a lot of sense because this ship has a medium shield. It has the largest shield of any of the ships on this list. In my personal opinion, I think the Defender is a medium fighter. It is very versatile. Its DPS is comparable. It can, you know, you can put 2 people inside. It has an interior, has a bed to log out in. The Defender is a very capable ship. It's also pretty large, so I don't see how it could be a light fighter, being, you know, with its size, with its shields, with its DPS. All of the categories that it falls under, in my opinion, scream medium fighter. Then we have the Glaive. This is another ship that is pretty hard to get your hands on. I don't have any experience with this ship. It's a pretty cool ship. I might have had some experiences with this ship in the past. This is a ship that is going to get reworked though. After Squadron 42 comes out, the alien ships are going to get their updates, their gold standard updates. And of course, these ships have to be gold standard for Squadron 42. So that's going to be very exciting. Right now, with the place that it's in, I really have no idea. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comments down below. But that's the whole point of this video series, is getting you guys involved and for us as a community to decide what is the best ship for that role. That's kind of the whole point of this bracket. So today, the Mark 2 versus the Mark 1. Let's get into it. Alright, so we're here on DPS calculator. Okay, we're going to look at the specifications of the Mark 2 and the Mark 1, starting off with the Mark 1. Now, in terms of loadout, I've just gone with a loadout that I think a lot of people might use. This is a loadout that I've seen a lot on social media, a lot on Reddit. This is a new ship, so right now it's kind of very popular with a lot of different players, and they've been trying out a lot of different loadouts. One loadout that I've seen a lot is the size 3 repeater on the nose, and then 4 size 4 AD4Bs. This is a very mean loadout with a lot of DPS. Okay, we're looking at 4401 in terms of DPS. That's not that far away from the Inferno. Okay, and the Inferno is designed to be a capital ship killer. So with this kind of DPS, you could really do any kind of PvE content you want in the game. And that's again the main benefit of the medium fighter class. In my opinion, this is a ship class that CIG can honestly do more with. There aren't very many ships in this ship class. As you guys seen, the bracket is not that big. Okay, I think that because of the way that this game is designed, a lot of people are going to find the medium fighter very popular. Again, if CIG decided to bring out more medium fighters, the PvE content would be perfect for it. You can essentially do whatever you want to do. If you are a good pilot, you could go up against those light fighters. If you have a lot of weapons loaded up on this thing, you can go against those bigger ships. So I think this is the ship that a lot of people are going to be looking into. It's kind of no wonder it's been so popular lately. In terms of other specifications, other components, we have 2 size 1 shields, 2 size 1 power plants, and 2 size 1 coolers, 1 size 1 quantum drive. In terms of missiles, we have 8 size 1s with a total DPS of 9121. Okay, so good DPS, good missiles, decent missiles, and good shields. Okay, this ship is again a very good all-around package. You really can't go wrong if you're trying to do PvE missions, in my opinion. Then we have the Mk1. Okay, I have outfitted it with the same size 3 laser repeater on the nose, very comparable to the Mk2. Then 2 size 3 Mantis Gatlings. Again, you go down a size in terms of weapons mount on the size 1, on the Mk1 I mean. And then I have the ball turret with 2 size 2 badges. Now the reason why I've done this, and again, you can kind of change this up, in my opinion. I know a lot of people might not entirely choose this one because of weapons fire rates. A lot of people like to have kind of that matched weapons fire rate. That's kind of hard to do on this ship because it's playing with so many different sizes. Again, on the nose, you either have that 1 size 3 or you have 2 size 1s, and then on the ball turret here, you can get a couple of different things, but again, at the end of the day, you guys can play with it. You can do whatever you want. Look at the DPS. Right now, it's sitting at 2134, and I think that's pretty good. Any DPS range, any configuration that you're looking at that is in and around 1700 DPS to 2200 DPS, I think is a good range for this ship, for the Mk1. It is a kind of reliable range. Then in terms of missiles, we're doing a little bit better than the Mk2. So we have 4 size 2s and 4 size 1s here. So you have more size 2s, so you do have more DPS in terms of missiles. So again, right now missiles are in kind of a weird place. I think the intention is to get that in a better place, and when it is, in terms of PvE content, you're really choosing between missiles and weapons DPS. And again, this is a very strong missiles DPS number. Okay, in my opinion, you could do very well in PvE missions with a number like this. I like getting new weapons. I'm not a huge fan of using missiles. Getting in there with the weapons, dogfighting, it's just a little bit more fun, in my opinion. Now we have 2 size 1 shields. This is the same as on the Mk2, but we only have 1 size 1 power plant. So we're losing a power plant versus the Mk2. We have 2 size 1 coolers and 1 size 1 quantum drive. Now, neither of these ships are gold standard, but the box on the Mk1 doesn't work. I believe that when Again, I was kind of surprised that CIG didn't make the Mark II gold standard, but when these ships do get a gold standard, I think obviously that the Mark 1 would just get the box from the Mark II or something like that. Um, it's a lot of ships for CIG to go back through and make gold standard, but you know, they'll figure that out whenever they have time to go through the ships. I think that right now, because the Mark 1 is bugged and can pull a little bit more G's, it's hard to compare them at flight characteristics performance. And it really doesn't matter because in 323, we're getting master modes and these flight characteristics are going to change. So right now, I think more likely they will be very similar when the change happens in 323. So I don't really think that makes too much of a difference. Now, in terms of price, the F7C Mark 1 is currently, I believe, 125, and the Mark 2 is 175. Now, this is the store credit number. I believe that real money, you can get the Mark 2 for 160. But that, in my opinion, is kind of like an introductory price, because after the war bond sale is over, if you want to buy the ship again, it will more likely be at 175. CIG won't offer war bond again. The war bond price is just like the introductory price. The store credit price is the kind of more long-term price. So I kind of see it as being 175. Now again, you will be able to buy both these ships in game. We know what the Mark 1 price is, but that will be changing with 323 as well, because there's supposed to be economy changes. So I can't say what the Mark 1 price will be in game when 323 comes out. It might go up, it might go down, I'm not sure. And the Mark II is not currently purchasable in game, and I don't think it will be in 323, but it might because it came out in 322. More than likely though, what CIG likes to do is give it a whole patch window, but since it came out in the middle of 322, I'm not sure when they will add it to the game. For in-game stores. They might just add it in 323, but we'll have to see. So, in summarization, my opinion, I've had both these ships. I've enjoyed both these ships. Both of these ships are very capable in PvE and PvP. PvP more in a group, PvE more solo. Again, very capable. That's a lot of DPS on that Mark II. I've been really enjoying the Mark II right now. It has been, you know, kind of my go-to ship. I've even, you know, been taking it on some racetracks, doing a lot of low flying with it. It's a ton of fun. My vote, I would have to say, is going to be for the Mark II. It's a very capable platform. It is a very versatile platform. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. You know, 175 is a lot of money, but when it gets added to the game, I think it kind of makes sense to just skip over the Mark 1. Again, it depends on how much more it's going to cost in game than the Mark 1. But if you were working towards buying a primary medium fighter in game, the Mark II would get my recommendation. Okay. But this isn't about me and my recommendation. This is about you guys. I want to know what you guys think. What are you going to vote on? What ship do you want to see win out as the medium ship choice in round 1? The Mark II or the Mark 1? Both great ships. I think this is an exciting matchup. I'm really excited about this series. I think we got a bunch of exciting ships to talk about. There are a lot of ships in this game. Ship talk is very exciting. A lot of people in the community enjoy it. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below what ship you guys think should win. round one. And that's gonna be it for me here today, you guys. I don't want to keep you too much longer. Like I always say at the end of these videos, like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Salute.